happy 4th of July to everybody out there in the United States of America and the rest of the world. I'm here. Tucker's back. Tucker, are you excited for this week's show?
Hell excited. I'm hell excited for this holiday here, and what better way to start it with corporal punishment coming out with the American flag held high.
The true American hero that he is. I don't know if maybe Pierce kicked him in the head a little bit too hard when he fought him in the no-holds-barred match, but he seems to be a slightly different man. I've never seen corporal punishment to extend the olive branch to anybody, let alone a guy like Ivan. But we're going to see Ivan and corporal punishment teaming up tonight. How well do you think this is going to work out?
Every single time corporal punishment's teamed up with anybody, it's never gone well. But with Ivan, I have some hope. I think they're both of them are competent wrestlers, and I think they get each other.
I mean, they certainly have a respect for each other. At least you could say that. I don't know if corporal punishment ever really respected Pierce, but he's fought Ivan in some hellacious matches on previous occasions, so I feel like this is more of a mutual agreement than any past team that corporal punishment's had. I'm optimistic. I'm really hoping these two can work it out. Speaking of Ivan, though, he is our new television champion. Tucker, you weren't here last week, but I know you did see the footage. How did you feel when you first saw Ivan win that match?
I mean, I was incredibly shocked by his performance, and really the performance of Pierce. But in the end, I was just flabbergasted to see such a turnaround at the end there. Ivan has definitely far surpassed my expectations with his ability to withstand a punishment.
I mean, you say that, but we already had incredibly high expectations to begin with, so that's saying something for Ivan.
The fact that he's actually gone above the Call of Duty here.
Yeah, and to be honest, Pierce pulled out all the stops. He hit him with 2 brain busters, and he even tried to resort to kicking his head into the steel post. Punishment knows exactly how that feels, so these two at least have a common bond there. But where corporal punishment failed, Ivan succeeded. And that's going to be another thing, because we heard corporal punishment say before he even won the television title that he feels like Ivan has potential. Do you think Ivan's reached his potential already, or is there even more to come from him?
I think there's still a plane of existence to come from here, but we will not be seeing it tonight because they are fighting the Gimps.
Yes, I understand that this is more of a throwaway situation, but they needed a match to get themselves on the right track. Well, I mean, what better way to do it than against this team? I don't think anybody's scared of the Gimps. So, are you picking Ivan and punishment to win this one?
Yeah, no. I don't want to. I don't even want to speculate on the travesty that is going to be what this is.
Now, this is more supposed to be punishment and Ivan, feeling each other out as teammates. Do you think they're going to go for a quick win, or you think maybe they'll try to enjoy the, no pun intended, punishment of the Gimps here? Maybe the Gimps will enjoy it. Honestly, I feel like that's more their forte.
Yeah, and it might be. I think the Gimps might be upset with the performances that they've had because they always get beat so quickly. I mean,
you feel like they want to drag it out a little bit.
Yeah, they want to drag it out. I think that's what they're into. That's why they suck so bad.
Well, let's see. Punishment starting this one off against Gimp Steve. Now, Gimp Steve, we've always talked about. We feel he has a little extra something in this team. Oh, look at that. Nice corkscrew uppercut by Gimp Steve. Maybe not the right move to pose in front of Ivan, though, as he gets clotheslined in the back of the head. I feel like this one
going
is
for a quick one.
Exactly 1, 2. Oh, look at that, Gimp Steve. I don't think punishment let him off. I think Steve kicked out.
Oh, that's surprising. I think that's the first time any of the Gimps have ever kicked out of a pin.
Sure. Look at what Gimp Steve is trying to get out of this. Punches him in the ribs. Oh, he's getting out there.
This is a terrible idea.
Well, here comes
the match is over.
I can say that too. Oh, Adam with an evasive maneuver for a man his size.
Just slapping the ropes, excited with himself.
I think that might be the very best thing he's ever done in the ring, so I do understand his excitement. But you got to keep the pressure on a guy like Corporal Punishment instead. But now Punishment is keeping the pressure on Adam in his corner, just beating the tar out of him.
Oh, he's just stepping on his jelly roll there.
Oh my God. It's like a jelly donut oozing out. Now he's just stomping away on his back. This is just... I think the match could be over now if he goes for a pin. Oh, almost chopping the skin off his chest. Starting to feel a little bit bad for Gimp.
Oh, wow.
Punishment's just... I guess that's for Gimp Steve trying to make this a competitive match. Punishment, nice headbutt to the back of the head. Now just tossing him. He really couldn't get too much on that toss, but Gimp Adam is a large man, so I understand.
Muscle weighs more than fat, so... I have a feeling that Corporal Punishment actually weighs more than Adam.
You think so?
Yeah.
How much would you estimate Gimp Adam?
Maybe 350, 400?
thinking maybe 350 sounds about right. We don't actually know because no one wants to talk to these guys backstage. Elbow drop by Ivan. Now he's hooking the leg. I think this might be it right here. 1, 2. And that's it.
There it is.
Well, that was pretty much academic. That was probably the longest Gimps match I've ever seen, to be honest with you, aside from the match they had with Jackson Montgomery as their partner and Joel as their partner. But, 2-on-2, Gimps lasted a lot longer here than usual. So I think we can chalk that up to punishment Ivan just trying to get some reps in.
Yeah, I mean, you could also say that Steve did some prolonging.
Steve, actually, for about, how long was it, 15 seconds? Showed off
15,
some signs
20,
of a wrestler. I mean, it wasn't great, but at least he did something, which is more than you could say for most Gimps matches. But hey, Ivan and Corporal Punishment, first win in the books, doesn't matter who it's against. You think we'll see more of this tag team?
Well, that means they're going to have to come back for more. They just fought the Gimps. I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah, maybe we can get some better competition for Ivan and Corporal. They're shaking hands. They're on the same page. But up next, the champ Bryce Phoenix will be fighting Salvaje, and this is a match I am greatly interested in. Tucker, we are back now. Like we said before the break, Salvaje versus Bryce Phoenix. Been a little bit since we've seen the Savage Man himself. He is fighting the champ. Now, Bryce Phoenix is defending his title this Sunday at Freedom Bound. But I would not sleep on Salvaje. We've seen this guy pull off some big wins in the past. You think he has a good shot here?
It's Salvaje. He'll probably just break his balls and then pin him.
So you think he could pin Bryce Phoenix?
I think so.
Now, if he can pin Bryce Phoenix, do you think that's grounds to maybe give him a title shot this Sunday, or we're going to wait a little bit to see what happens?
Oh, you'd have to wait. You'd have to wait. I mean, that quickly? No. Sure, but it would put him in the running, though.
It definitely will put him in the conversation, no doubt about it. Salvaje's been a bit of it under the radar as of late. I mean, his last time out, we saw him beat Eric Campbell at Revolutionary Warfare. Not necessarily the most impressive of victories, but it's a victory nonetheless. So he's got a bit of a roll going. Now, Granada, I have tried to get into contact with him again last week. Nothing doing. That man is just... Salvaje did something to that guy, and I really wish he would come back, because I am paying him, but I guess I can't blame him for what happens.
What you gotta do is you gotta stop paying people when they're away. I mean, there should be no unpaid leave.
I know.
Or there should be no paid leave in freaking CME.
Fucking Jackson Montgomery is named after 2 white trash cities because he's such a fucking piece of shit. Am I allowed to say that? I don't care. He sucks. And he said that if he can't beat me at the next pay-per-view, then he's not going to have a title match for a whole year. Wow, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, Jackson, just to set yourself up to fail. Like, seriously, who the fuck does this guy think he is? He hasn't beaten me before. He's never going to beat me. Fucking Jackson Montgomery is never going to have a title shot again. I don't know what he's going to do for the next year. He can act as my footrest. I can fucking ash my cigarettes on him. Not that I fucking smoke, but I might have to start just to fucking... I don't know why we're talking about this guy anymore. You're annoying me. Get away.
Well, I would like to apologize once again for Bryce. Oh, Salvaje! He's not going to wait till Bryce gets in the ring. Look at that. But once again, like I said last week, Bryce Phoenix is just out of control. I don't know what to say anymore.
Someone's got to put him in his freaking place.
I thought
the painting burning would have been enough, but apparently not.
Yeah, the man has just gone off the deep end since, maybe even since that painting got burned. But even if you want to go a little bit later, I think after the Order might have, when they lost the War of Attrition match, might have set him off because he said that he punished them backstage. Speaking of the Order, by the way, I think they're trying to impress Bryce a little too much because they jumped Air Force after their match backstage. That was right after the show, so we couldn't report on it. Palmer Cannon beat up Aiden O'Brien. I don't know what's going on with this group anymore. Salvaje, nice tornado DDT, but what do you think about Jackson's proclamation? Do you think that he is... I mean, a lot of people are saying that he's insane for doing what he did.
It's completely insane, but it shows his level of arrogance because I don't think that's confidence. He could reasonably lose to Bryce.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Joe did.
Bryce is
Joe
the
is
champ
better
for a reason.
than Jackson, in my opinion.
Well, we all know that you feel that way. I mean, you could go either way. I mean, both of them, I think, are pretty evenly matched. Jackson's beaten Joe before. Joe's beaten Jackson in arguably an even bigger match in that TLC match. So it could go either way. But Jackson, I don't know if I would call it arrogance. I feel like I don't know what to call it, to be honest with you. But
all I know is that Bryce did make one point. Why does he have two? Why is his names the names after cities?
You're gonna have to ask Jackson that. I'm not sure why his name is
very
what it is.
confusing point.
But so now, whose camp are you in? Are you in Jackson's camp or are you in Bryce's camp?
Well, you have to be in Jackson's camp. Why the hell would you ever support Bryce Phoenix?
Exactly. That's why I'm asking you, though. You're very anti-Jackson.
I wish they would just lay both of each other out and just be good with it.
Have a draw or something like that? Well, I hope
Yeah.
you don't. Oh, Salvaje, look at this. Oh, he went for a hurricane run off the top, got caught into a power bomb. Bryce Phoenix. We've been ignoring this match a little bit just because of Bryce's comments, but Salvaje's kept it in here so far, but he might be in trouble now. Bryce needs to keep it up, though. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Salvaje.
Bryce wasn't paying attention, and now we got something.
Beautiful, up and over, almost like a sunset flip in place. One. Oh, just the one count. I thought
Still
we
a
would have at
one,
least
though,
a
on
two.
that.
Yeah, the champ is reeling, but he managed to have eyes in the back of his head there and avoided that springboard. What is he going for here? Now, this is going to be a good momentum builder for Bryce, too. Not necessarily that he needs it if you were to ask him. He doesn't need it at all. But 6 days before his championship match, a big win against Salvaje will do him wonders going into a match against somebody like Jackson Montgomery.
Yeah, but it could also hinder him, too. What he's got to do, he's got to put this away fast.
Yeah,
Because every single second that this match goes on, it makes him tireder. It makes him more injured.
And that would just be in any situation. But when you're in a match against a guy like Salvaje, you got to think of the other damage that he's willing to do to someone that he's fighting. We don't have to talk about it here. We'll see if it happens.
Oh,
You know what? We saw that earlier when Salvaje had his foot on the rope. The ref didn't see it. Bryce grabbed the rope. The ref didn't see it. You were in here last week, Tucker. Air Force were fighting Joel and Luis. Jacob Harper got his foot on the rope. The ref didn't see it and counted 3. That cost Air Force a match. I don't know what's going on with our referees lately, but something needs to change. Thankfully, it didn't cost any of these guys this match, because I wouldn't want it to end like that again, but I'm going to have to talk with the refs sometime.
you think it's quite possible that they're doing this on purpose?
I surely hope not. I'm paying them generously enough, but if they are, I'm going to have to find out now, will I? Yeah, maybe I could send you out on the path. You do some good investigative work.
Yeah, found out that
Granada was Hungarian. Wait a minute. Speaking of Granada, oh my God, the baseball slide to the champ. 1. Not even a 2. Wow, Bryce Phoenix showing off his intestinal fortitude.
Yeah.
Bryce is getting up now. I don't know how he's getting up so quickly. Salvaje on top. Nice cross body from the top rope. Not going for a pin, though. I don't know what else he has in mind. Oh, no. He's going to drag his body. Now, when Salvaje drags your body across the ring like that, you know he has only one thing in mind. He's going to the top rope.
Bryce is getting up.
Exactly. I don't think Salvaje even realized it, but now he does. Gets taken right off the top rope. He was going for that 630 Shattered Dreams. Nice elbows.
That would have been glorious to see against the champ.
Oh my God, he threw Salvaje in the air and powerbombed him into the mat. I can't see it coming back from this. Now, Bryce is just pissed off. Ever since that little thing happened, whatever it was that sent him off, I mean, I can't control the guy. I couldn't control the guy before, but he's more of a loose cannon than ever. Nice second rope moonsault by Salvaje, keeping in this match, hooking the leg.
1, 2.
Oh! Just barely missed a 3 count. Salvaje almost had the biggest win of his entire career. And yes, I am including the mask versus mask match, because when you can knock off the champ, it's always going to take over everything. Look at this. He tried to set Bryce up again, and Bryce is very smart here. He's not going to give him the opportunity to even do that move. I mean, there is a reason why he's the champ. We got to at least admit that.
Well, I mean, really his reason for being the champ is just dumb luck. But
uh-oh, double underhook from the top rope. You could say dumb luck, and I guess you might have an argument there, but he has won some big matches. I mean, he beat Joe at the last pay-per-view, and he's beaten guys like Masahiro before. I think he's earned a little bit of respect in the ring. Not that I like the guy. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to give him too much credit as a person. As a person, I think he's pretty despicable, to be honest with you. But as a wrestler, he's earned his keep, I think. And Salvaje just felt the fall in line. I think we're going to have a winner here. Unfortunately, we did not get to see Salvaje bust out the 630. But maybe next time. We got to cover. One, two. That's all she wrote. Bryce Phoenix is your champ. It was never in question in this match as it was a non-title match, but he beat Salvaje. Fairly competitive match. You got to give Salvaje some props here. He had Bryce on the ropes on a number of occasions, but he just could not win against the champ. No shame in that. Good match. He'll be back next time. But Jackson, though, Jackson could be fresher than Bryce going in. You made that point before. Bryce is wrestling now. Jackson has the night off. We'll hear from him a little bit later. But I think Jackson's going to need all the rest he can get going into this Sunday. This is the biggest match of his career, bar none. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely.
Not just with the title on the line, but with the stakes involved that he put on himself. I mean, he has to win, or else his career is going to take a drastic turn. I mean, not challenging for the title for 1 year. That, if you really think about it, that takes some balls. So I'll give Jackson that. I mean, you consider it arrogance. I'll say it's a little bit crazy. And Bryce Phoenix is just going to hope that he can put Jackson away for good this Sunday at Freedom Bound. Now we're back from break. Just going to come off right off the bat. Officer,
do you know what the hardest
Avery.
part of the job is? It's not going for the gold. It's not gaining the glory. No. The hardest part is putting these overambitious, treacherous, violent narcissists in line. To maintain stability in a landscape where everyone's looking to end your career at the first opportunity they get. And now we have an upstart team who thinks themselves unstoppable. Then they proceed to fight the Gimps. Any idiot can beat the Gimps. Whoever loses to the Gimps should retire in shame. Well, punishment, Ivan. If you truly think yourselves unstoppable, why don't you face a real team? We'll be waiting for you this Sunday, Freedom Bound. We'll see what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Why does nobody wait until I introduce them? I don't understand it. Well, we just heard from Officer Avery of the TTPD. I guess they laid down the gauntlet.
Yeah, they did. And here's the thing, though.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Keep talking. I don't even want to look at the screen. Just keep going.
So I never heard any of them say that they really thought they were unstoppable. I mean, we think they're unstoppable.
Well,
at least
punishment did last week.
So, Matt finally decided to give me TV time. Figures he would still be bitter after the ass whipping I gave him. No matter, all that is behind us now because me and Luis will be the tag team champions in just 6 short days. We came from the bottom and soon we'll be at the top. So Matt, get our pictures on some merchandise. We'll be right at the top, just like I've been saying all along.
Hey,
Can we
Joel,
please stop getting interrupted here?
Your TV time was at the next match. Why is everyone hijacking my show? No more promos until Jackson. I'm telling you that right now. Whoever's in the production truck, you heard me, okay? All right, go finish your thought.
I don't even remember what I was thinking. All I know is that
punishment and Ivan versus TTP.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what they say. We got to hear from them backstage. I'll talk to them after the show. I'm gonna see what happens. Maybe if we get the word from them tonight, we'll have it official for you. The announcement later. But that's a match I really want to see. TTPD versus Ivan and punishment. And Joel popping in here now. I did give him TV time because I was stupid enough to keep him off the show. I understand. I'm a little bit bitter still after what happened between us, but they could win the tag team championships too. I mean, they beat Air Force, like I said, but the ref didn't notice his foot on the rope. They still beat Air Force, the former champs. What do you think's going to happen when Joel and Luis face this team, the Natural Perfection, this Sunday? You think Natural Perfection are just on too much of a roll, or you think the underdogs, I am going to consider them underdogs for now, can beat the champs?
I fear that Natural Perfection's reign might finally be over because they've been giving a nice showing, but it's not the same Natural Perfection that came out of their rivalry with the champs.
I see what you're saying. I mean, they did trade the tag team titles back with Air Force for a couple months. We got to cover on Ellis real quick. Not a 1 count. Ellis kicks out. There's a lot of moving parts in this match because you talk about that. Also, Ellis Mason, remember, about a few weeks ago, knocked off Natural Perfection by himself in about 45 seconds. You think we can get a repeat of that here?
It's not looking like that's going to happen, but...
No, it's definitely not starting off the same way. It looks like Jason Adams is quite unhappy with what happened last time. He hasn't forgotten. He's the one who got pinned by Ellis Mason. Otto just sickens me to no end. I can't believe he dug out another piece of trash from the garbage and called it a championship. Also, you know what? I've written the contract up. It's not official yet, but Otto does have to sign it. It's going to be me versus Otto this Sunday, I swear to God. I will put his other piece of garbage on the line, too, and he can have it back if he manages to beat me. He's not going to beat me, though. Me versus Otto table match this Sunday, Freedom Bound. I told you I didn't want to wrestle again, and I don't want to wrestle again. But this man makes me do things I don't want to do, which includes lots of things I can't talk about right here. So I'm finally going to take this away. I'm going to write in the contract that he cannot bring any more garbage into the arena unless it's like food from earlier. And we're going to settle this once and for all. I know you weren't here last week, but I was quite upset.
I mean, technically you could, you are the garbage champion. He just has another one. I mean, how did he get that?
He just found another one. I guess he just made another one. He's just making these things.
So when you take that belt from him, you'll become the two-time garbage champion.
You know what? I'm going to call that title that he has now the Cardboard King title, because that's all Otto is good for. It's just cardboard and tape. Yes, there you go, Rich. Just a somersault senton to the bald man on the outside. I love it. The bald man on the inside, though, Ellis Mason hits him with a nice drop kick on the way in. He's not going to go down without a fight, unlike Otto. Oh, look at this, handle back suplex. That's something you do not see very often. Impressive move from Ellis Mason, who, despite his appearances, can wrestle. Got him in a side headlock now. Showing off. We're just doing a headstand into the headlock. Ellis Mason, I mean, when you look at Ellis Mason compared to a guy like Rich Reed, it's just night and day. And, look at the cuts. Rich Reed is like an 8-pack. Ellis Mason has a chest. That's all he has.
Just a single chest.
Oh, Otto has tagged himself into this match. Now, let's see what they could do here. Double neck breaker by the bald man. Otto was probably the most impressive move he's ever done in his career, celebrating appropriately. Come on, Rich. Just grind Otto's head into your abs and just slice him open. That's all I want to see. Use it as a cheese grater.
Use it as a German. He's not even German, really.
We don't even know. I don't even care what he is. He's just pathetic. That's what he is. Nice overhead belly to belly. Should have dropped him on his head.
I think he's Austrian.
Otto's been dropped on his head more in this match than he has been since he was a baby. I don't know what. Come on, Rich. Don't let the man punch you like that.
He was dropped on his head more than Hitler was as a child.
Are you saying Otto will be the next Hitler?
Yes.
Oh my God. God help us all. Otto's tagged in Ellis Mason now. I guess he's had enough of his glory. Nice drop kick by Ellis. They're taking the tag champs to not a limit, but they're looking fairly impressive. And I'm going to give all the credit to Ellis Mason here. Rich Reed gets his foot on the rope. This time the ref does see the foot on the rope, conveniently enough. You think he's in the pocket of natural perfection?
Could very well be.
That was just a joke. I really don't think they have it in them to buy off the refs, but we never know in this company, I guess. Irish whipping Ellis Mason into the corner. Got to tag to Jason. Going on here. Oh, double body drop. Almost threw him up into the ceiling. That's how high he got. He got a hook of the leg. Otto's getting belly to belly. 1, 2, and a 3.
There you go.
Tag champs win this one. Not without a bit of a fight. Get out of the ring, Otto. No one wants to see you anymore. Just go home, and I'll see you this Sunday. That'll be the last time we ever see you in the ring. But I guess Ellis Mason couldn't make it 2 in a row against the Natural Perfection. Not to say he didn't try, but the tag champs were on their game here tonight.
Yeah, I think they definitely scouted out the opposition here.
And I think this will benefit them in their tag team title match. You did say that Joel and Luis had a bit of an advantage, but I think maybe they do have more of an advantage than even you think, because their match lasted, a minute last week against Air Force. Natural Perfection had to work a little bit harder and a little bit closer to Sunday, so it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. I'm really looking forward to it, hoping Natural Perfection can pull it off, but I would not put it past Joel and Luis to win this Sunday.
Yeah, me either, and it scares me. We will not be making merchandise of you assholes, by the way.
No, absolutely not. So you can just forget about it right now. But our main event tonight, Joe Crusoe in the ring against the Hollywood Elite's Nick Farrell.
I mean, really, this is just going to be a joke match. Really. I mean, are we really going to be wasting Joe Crusoe's talent against people like Nick Farrell?
Now, I understand Joe Crusoe is more of a main event player than Nick Farrell has proven to be, but I would not put it past Nick Farrell to put in a good showing in this match. You remember his match against Masahiro for the television championship at Spring Loaded?
That was a long time ago.
It was 2 months ago, maybe a little bit longer than 2 months ago, but it was a damn good showing, and not just Nick Farrell, his partner too. The next night on Pulse had an even better showing, I think. So I think these guys are a little bit more capable than even we think. Now that's not to say I'm picking them to beat Joe Crusoe here tonight, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer than most people anticipate. So we're going to see where this goes. But Joe Crusoe last week, I know you're friends with Joe Crusoe. You two, I guess you talk outside the show or whatever, but can you even advocate what happened last week between him and Myers Posey? I mean, they were talking back and forth. I'll give it that. A little bit of trash talk going on between both guys. Did that really justify Joe jumping Myers before their match was even supposed to happen?
I mean, you know Joe Crusoe, you know his credos. He doesn't like to be insulted.
Believe me, I know more than anybody, but you could have just waited, settled it in the ring like you normally do, and then be done with it. You didn't need to attack him before the match with a chair, with stairs, whatever. It was just uncalled for. Now Myers Posey, we haven't heard from him tonight so far, but their match is now going to be taking place at Freedom Bound, and I've made it a no-holds-barred match. So we're going to have to see what happens between those two. Myers Posey, you got to think, is going to be coming out gunning for Joe. Do you give him much of a shot? I mean, this is the same guy who won the War of Attrition by himself.
Yeah, that was insane. I think it's quite possible to see Myers Posey really definitely take Joe to the limit there. And he could have been, that was Joe's plan all along. Piss him off, but injure him in the same process, forcing a match at the pay-per-view.
So you think this is just more of Joe's mind games?
It could be, because Joe has now weakened Myers. He's beat the hell up, and he's also pissed off, so Myers is going to be making mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Try to get in his head and make him make unnecessary moves to get into the ring. It very well could be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Joe, especially after what he was doing with Bryce last month. Nick Farrell dropkicks Joe right off the bat. I did not expect it to start that way. Especially after what we've been hearing from Joe lately. I mean, he seems like a guy who's almost pulling a Bryce Phoenix level kind of thing, where he's just kind of losing it steadily. And it's kind of sad to see. I mean, do you have any insight on Joe's mindset so far?
All you have to think of, no matter what he does, everything has to do with winning that title.
Oh,
everything.
Yeah, that's his only motivation. Nick Farrell's got him in a nice head scissor, though.
So everything he does, you can tie it to that somehow.
Now, if he could beat if he can beat Myers Posey this Sunday, I'm gonna have to think that will establish his name a little bit more in the main event scene. But I don't know if I can justify giving him another title shot. I mean, he has had chance after chance after chance, and he's just come up short. So he's gonna really have to earn it this time.
Remember though, here's the thing about Joe. Every single time, there was only one time he ever really lost fair and square, and that was the last time.
I mean,
there was some issues with the heat.
Yeah, but,
so you can blame it on that.
Yeah, but you can also think that Bryce Phoenix had to deal with the same heat.
Yeah, but that's one case out of how many matches he had. Each time he got screwed out of a win.
I understand. Like he's had some questionable circumstances. I mean, you got to think about. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way match he had won on multiple occasions, and you had the match against Jackson, an isolated incident where Bryce just came in and completely spoiled the match. So I get it. I get his frustration, but it doesn't have to result in just jumping and beating up people who have nothing to do with it. In that case, you're no better than the Order. It's just my opinion. Nice up and over neck breaker by Joe. Now, Joe Crusoe and Nick Farrell, we've been talking a little bit about it, but I haven't paid attention to the match. Nick Farrell's doing pretty good. Nice kick to the face by the Hollywood Elite member.
Yeah, but, I mean, he is the Terminator, so it doesn't affect him.
Throws Joe out of the ring. Now watch out for Brad Smith. Brad Smith picking him up. That's legal. He cannot attack him, though. Brad Smith backing off. Good idea. Don't want to get your partner disqualified in a big match. If Nick Farrell can beat Joe Crusoe, excuse me, I was about to say something very questionable. If he can beat Joe Crusoe, now what is that going to do for his career or the career of his tag team? That's got to propel them.
Well, that would propel him to...
I mean, you think
really a stage to where they would definitely be able to fight for tag team titles.
Oh, absolutely. It would establish them immensely. I mean, no matter what happens with Joe Crusoe, whatever we feel about his attitude or his actions, he is a main event level caliber talent in this company. So anybody who could beat him, no matter who you are, I mean, you're legit at that point. Nick Farrell's looking damn good so far, actually. Nice clothesline to the back of the head. Let's see how long he can keep this up. Now, Joe's got to get back in this. You got to keep in mind also, Joe has a match this Sunday on pay-per-view. Nick Farrell does not. Nice handstand into a cutter.
This really would definitely benefit Joe to end this quick, but it's not looking like that's going to happen.
Absolutely, and the point I was trying to make is that Nick Farrell can go all out here. Joe Crusoe is going to have to try and, like you said, end this quick. Nice elbow from the top rope. See, Nick Farrell's throwing his body at Joe no matter what angle, what height. Joe Crusoe is going to have to be a little bit more conservative, I would think, although that's never really been his MO either, so we might just see him damn near kill himself here. Beautiful hip toss. The ref got kicked in the head by that, but he's still in this one. Toughest refs in the business, no doubt about it. Nick's picking up Joe. Oh, we got some jabs going on. Doing a little dance here.
Doing a little Irish little jig.
There's the Farrell shuffle. He's going for a cover after that. I don't know if he's going to get it, but one. Oh, Joe grabs the ropes for a rope break right at 2. Nick Farrell's going to have to keep the pressure on. Dude, you can't do that, Nick. He grabbed the ropes. Keep on him. Oh, Joe rolls out of the ring. Smart move to get his bearings back. Oh, he's going after Brad Smith on the outside. He neck breakered him and then ran right back in the ring. Oh, wow. Nick Farrell took both of them out. Well, Brad Smith, I'm surprised he's not getting in the ring, getting in some action on his own here after Joe did that to him. But he's going to let his partner do all the work. Oh,
yeah, if we were getting in the ring, that'd be a no-no.
Oh, he went for a DDT. Joe countered it into an arm breaker, excuse me. Now Brad Smith on the apron.
Come on.
Oh, Nick is taking advantage now from behind. Elbows him in the back of the head. Joe, though, counters it right back with a punch of his own. Oh, I thought he was going for the rise and fall. He gets his ears clapped. That's something we saw Bryce Phoenix do to him at the pay-per-view. That's what ended Joe Crusoe. Nick Farrell, I don't know if that was intentional or not. He might have been doing some homework. The guy's rolling him over. He's rolling him away from the ropes here. He's setting something up. What is he doing? Oh, all that prep work for an elbow, but that was still a very devastating elbow drop. Doing his whatever I don't know what Nick Farrell.
Oh, but Joe's on his feet again.
Joe is not going to let this one stand. Nick Farrell, though, what is going on here? Into a pin situation. He's got to cover. One, two. Oh, no. Joe flips it over on him. One, two. Oh, just kicked out before 3. That was exhilarating. Both of them almost had the pin there. Oh, and Joe kicks him in the mouth. I wouldn't be surprised if his teeth went into the second row. Joe's calling for something here. He's telling him to get up. I think Joe Crusoe is mad. Uh-oh.
Yeah, if there's anything I learned, don't make Joe Crusoe mad.
Nice tornado DDT. I mean, that's what happens when you make Joe mad. He drives your head into the mat. I'm surprised he's not going for a cover here. Nick's trying to get up now. I feel like Joe Crusoe's got the upper hand.
He's looking for the rise and fall.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to end this one right now. I mean, if he ends this one now, not as much damage done. You minimize the damage, you're good to go for this Sunday. But the longer this goes, I don't know how it's going to pay off for him. Nick Farrell, though, getting the hand again. Nice switching Falcon Arrow. Uh-oh. Nick Farrell's feeling something here. What is he going to go for? Joe, you got to watch out.
Oh, no.
Oh, not the headshot. Oh, the headshot. He drove the knee right into the back of his head. Is he going to go for the cover
here? Could this be it?
We got a hook of the leg.
Going for the cover. We'll find out soon.
One, two. No, Joe just fought his way out. Just barely. Nick Farrell almost got the biggest win of his career. Well, I think this certainly is a much closer match than even I anticipated. I know it's more than you anticipated. We got here. Going for that Falcon Arrow again? Yes, he is. Second time he's hit it. Right on the lower of the back. You can see Joe Crusoe holding it. Another elbow drop. He's keeping the pressure on Crusoe. Going for another cover. 1, 2. Just powered out again. Joe is fighting. He's still fighting.
Joe needs to end this now. He needs to land the rise and fall right this second.
Yeah. He understands the stakes now. He's being taken to the limit by Nick Farrell. Nick pushes him away. I'm not sure what Joe is going for, but he hits a nice corkscrew forearm. What do we got here? He's waiting for something. Joe is holding his head in agony. Winding up into an uppercut. This is blowing my mind. But he can barely get to his feet. He's struggling to get to his feet now.
Joe Crusoe is finally stirring.
He's pulling up his own weight by the ropes. He can't even get up on his own. We got another one coming. Headshot again. That's the second time.
This has got to put him out.
Look at the leg. 1, 2. I can't believe it. Nick Farrell has just beaten Joe Crusoe in the main event of Pulse. We were talking about how Joe might have gotten into Myers' head. Do you think maybe Myers got into Joe's head somehow with what he said last week? I don't know. But oh my God. All right, Tucker just put his headset down and he's walked out of the room. I understand he's unhappy that Joe lost, but wow, what a surprise. What an upset here on Pulse. Hollywood Elite are riding high now. They got to be riding high, but we had a hell of a match here. Look at this. This sequence alone was just crazy, with both of them almost getting a 3 count. Nick Farrell, though, pulled off a huge win. I got to think, like Tucker mentioned earlier, we could have, I mean, not only has he established himself as a singles competitor now, we could have a possible tag team title run in their future. Anything can happen now for this team with a win this big. So congratulations to Farrell on his huge victory here on Pulse. Joe Crusoe, you got to think about what's going to happen this Sunday. He's fighting Myers Posey, no holds barred. That's no joke to begin with, but with a loss on your record like this, it's going to be even harder. Nick Farrell's happy about it. Joe Crusoe is leaving this arena in shame, holding his head. I don't blame him. Oh my God, Myers Posey is coming out. Joe, oh no, this is payback for what Joe did to him last week. Tucker, you got to get back here and see this. Myers Posey hits him in the ribs of the chair. Oh no, spine buster on the ramp. Now normally I don't condone this kind of stuff, but you can't blame Myers after what happened last week. Oh no, Joe has wrestled a hard-fought match. Now Myers not on the ramp, anything but this. Psycho driver on the ramp, he dropped him head first on it. The Hollywood Elite have just abandoned it. You can see the ring is empty, they're gone. I don't blame him. I would not want to be in the way of Myers Posey tonight. Myers has just knocked out Joe before their match this Sunday at Freedom Bound, and that's going to be no holds barred. This Sunday, whatever's going to happen, I don't know. Tucker, you're back now?
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry. You want to take this one, tag team title match?
Tag team title match. Hopefully we can see Joel get his ass kicked by the Natural Perfection.
That would make you feel better. Masahiro versus Pierce was supposed to be for the TV title, not anymore after Pierce lost it, but the winner will be the #1 contender going forward for that television championship.
And
we got a 6-man tag. It's going to be the Order versus Aiden and Air Force this Sunday. I don't know how Aiden and Air Force are going to handle it, but we'll see.
And, well, this will be something that you have to get rid of, the Cardboard King.
Yeah, the Cardboard King, garbage piece of crap. It's official, by the way. Cold Warriors, now that we know that they're called that, against the Tag Team Police Department. This is going to be a war. As they said, unstoppable force, immovable object. And also, main event time this Sunday, World Championship. Jackson goes after Bryce Phoenix's world title. And if Jackson cannot win, he will not fight for the championship for a whole year. Jackson's got some words to talk to you about. Join us this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be fun.
All week long, people have been calling me crazy. Hell, even people I know and love think I've lost it. But I know my worth. And I know that this will only be the beginning of another glorious title reign. There's a fine line between genius and insanity. And if I walk that line well enough, no one is keeping me from my destiny.